I'm going to start us off reading from the Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo, and then we'll do some breath work. So if you want to go ahead and get situated and get ready for that, you can. You can close your eyes if you'd like. When in the midst of great change, it is helpful to remember how a chick is born. From the view of the chick, it is a terrifying struggle. Confined and curled in a dark shell, half formed, the chick eats all its food and stretches to the contours of its shell. It begins to feel hungry and cramped. Eventually, the chick begins to starve and feels suffocated by the ever-shrinking space of its world. Finally, its own growth begins to crack the shell, and the world as the chick knows it is coming to an end. Its sky is falling. As the chick wriggles through the cracks, it begins to eat its shell. In that moment, growing but fragile, starving and cramped, its world breaking, the chick must feel like it is dying. Yet once everything it has relied on falls away, the chick is born. It doesn't die, but falls into the world. The lesson is profound. Transformation always involves the falling away of things we have relied on, and we are left with a feeling that the world as we know it is coming to an end, because it is. Yet the chick offers us the wisdom that the way to be born while still alive is to eat our own shell. When faced with great change in self, in relationship, in our sense of calling, we somehow must take in all that has enclosed us, nurtured us, incubated us, so when the new life is upon us, the old is within us. Sometimes when you're in a dark place, you think you've been buried, but actually you've been planted. So if you don't already have your eyes closed, go ahead and close your eyes. Sit up very tall, root down into your mat with your sit bones, shoulders relaxed, face relaxed. Empty out your lungs. We'll take a big inhale then, very slowly, filling the lungs completely all the way to the top, and then exhale through an open mouth, releasing all tension very slowly, and inhale. Exhale through your mouth. One more like that. See if you can't slow it down. Fill the lungs even more. And then exhale out very slowly. Inhale. With your mouth closed, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Five more rounds here. Make sure your hip flexors are relaxed. You're rooting down through your sit bones. Belly's engaged to help support your spine as you're sitting up nice and tall. Lengthening your inhales and exhales, noticing the space between the inhale and exhale. After that last exhale, you can blink your eyes open. And with your next inhale, circle up the arms, stretch through the sides of the body, and then exhale, twist to the right, looking over your right shoulder. On your next inhale, come back center, reaching the arms up, and then exhale, twist to the left. Sitting up nice and tall, shoulders relaxed. Inhale back to center. And then exhale, bring your right hand down. We're going to reach to the right. You can come down onto your elbow maybe, or maybe just keep your hand on the ground for support. But you want to try to bring that left shoulder back, so don't lean forward towards your lap. And keep rooting down into the left hip. Your gaze can be down towards the ground if that's more comfortable on your neck. And we'll inhale back to center, reach up. Exhale over to the other side. I'm going to keep that right shoulder back. Gaze can be wherever you need it. Inhale back up to center. And then we'll exhale and come forward. And then back on the heels into child's pose. Knees out wide. Settle down into it. Noticing how you feel this morning. And then maybe giving it a little movement, rocking your forehead across the mat or hips side to side, or maybe coming up onto the fingertips and dipping your shoulders one at a time down towards the mat. Still taking nice deep breaths. Let's take a nice big inhale and stretch through the sides of the torso. Reach the arms out. And then on your exhale, bring your arms, your hands over to the right side of your mat, stretching into the left side of the body there, into the left shoulder, keeping your forehead between your arms. If you want to take this stretch a little further, you can stack left hand on top of the right. Trying to keep your hips low. Relax in the hips. Take one more inhale here. Then on the exhale, come back to the center and inhale, stretch. And then exhale over to the left. Maybe stacking right hand on top of the left. One last inhale. On the exhale, come back to the center. Take an inhale, really lengthen and stretch. And then on your exhale, push up into tabletop. And we'll do a little cat-cow. So inhale, drop your belly, look up. Exhale, push the ground away, pull your belly in, look towards your belly. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more with your breath. Match the movement with the breath. Really tuning into that body-breath connection. Just meeting with a neutral spine after that third one. We'll tuck our toes and just bring our knees up to a hover, a couple inches off the mat. Push into your hands. Belly is super engaged. You can stay here if this is enough of a challenge, or you can challenge yourself more by bringing that right leg straight back behind you. Belly is tight. Don't create a back bend here. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Bring the right toes down, but hover the knee still. Push the mat away. Protract those shoulders, and then left side, if you lift it on the other. Keeping the belly tight. Keep pushing into your hands. 3, 2, 1. Bring the toes down and hover the knees still. Push the mat away. 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees down. You're going to come up to a kneeling position and then bring your right foot out in front of you. So right foot, left knee are hip width apart. So different sides of your mat here. And your knee is stacked over your ankle, left hip stacked over that knee. We're going to inhale our arms up, interlace the fingers, release the index fingers, and then exhale over to the right. Try to glue the hands together, the palms together, straighten the arms. So even if your arms are out in front of you, straighten those arms out, nice strong arms. Push into everything that's connected to the mat, your foot, your knee. Inhale back up, exhale over to the other side. Keeping right shoulder stacked on top of the left. Keeping your chin lifted so breathing isn't restricted. Inhale back up. Look up at your hands, or you can look forward if balance is tough here. Inhale, lift, and exhale. Reach back, look back. Inhale back up to center, and then exhale, tuck your chin and round yourself over that front leg. Try to get your forehead to your knee. Keep your arms out in front of you. Inhale, back up. Exhale your hands down, and we'll bring the right knee under that hip, and left foot steps out, knee stacked over the ankle. Inhale your arms up, lengthen the spine, pull your belly in, and then we're going to exhale over to the left first this time. So to feel a little more stable, a little more grounded, make sure you're pushing down into your right knee, your left foot, maybe even energetically drawing them towards one another to really activate muscles in your thighs. Inhale, back up. Exhale, over to the right now. Stick with that breath. Inhale, up. You can look up again or look straight ahead as you inhale, lift, and exhale, go back. Inhale back up and exhale, round yourself forward over that left knee. Try to get forehead to the knee. Inhale up. Exhale, hands down, bring that left knee back under you. Hands out in front of you, tuck your toes and come into downward dog. Lift the hips. Pedal out the heels. Maybe wag the tail. And we'll inhale the right leg up, lifting it up, nice and long. And then exhale, stack the hip. So bend that knee, bring your right foot towards your left shoulder. You can make some circles with that knee if you like, or you can flip your dog, stepping the right foot back, lifting the hips up, reaching with that right arm towards the front of your mat. And then we'll all meet back in that three-legged dog, and then exhale the foot down to the mat. Pedal out your heels again, maybe. Then when you're ready, inhale the left leg up, and exhale, stack left hip on top, or come into your flip dog. We'll go ahead and meet back in three-legged dog. And exhale and release. Pedal out the heels one last time. And then slowly walk your feet up to meet your hands, feet hip width apart. Let's just hang here. Let the head hang. Maybe grab opposite elbows. Create a real sense of heaviness in the upper body, hanging over the legs. Soft bend in the knees, maybe. And then release your elbows and heel toe your feet back to touch. Keeping a soft bend in the knees, let's inhale, circle, sweep up the arms, come up to standing, gaze up towards the thumbs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, keep your hands planted and step your left foot back, planting it. And then inhaling up to warrior one. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, plant your hands. And step the left foot forward and fold. Inhale, step the right foot back and plant it. Setting up for your warrior one, then inhale it up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, plant your hands and step right foot forward and fold. Inhale, circle sweep up the arms. We'll do that a couple more times. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant your hands, step the left foot back. And inhale up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, plant your hands, step forward and fold. Inhale, step right foot back, setting up here. And then inhale up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, plant your hands, step forward and fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, and then exhale, step the left foot back. Warrior one, inhale up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, hands plant, step forward and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step the right foot back. And then inhale to warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, hands plant. Step forward and fold. Inhale, circle sweep up the arms. Interlace the fingers, release the index fingers. Lengthen, really pull the belly in, reach up, lift the ribs up, inhale. And then exhale, squeeze it all together. Belly engaged, ribs braid back together. Core is engaged, quads engaged. Weight back in the heels. Inhale, back up. Exhale to the left now. Creating a big stretch in the right side of the body. Nice strong arms. Inhale up. And then you can keep your arms up or bring your hands to heart center for your back bend. You'll lift your gaze, you'll look up, lift the chest, and then exhale, go back. Inhale back up and exhale, fold forward. Pedal out your heels. Loosen up the low back, and then we're going to bend into the knees, glue our chest to our thighs, reach around, scoop up your heels from behind, or modify grabbing ankles or calves. Relax the head, inhale, lift the hips, trying to straighten the legs, trying to hide the forearms behind the calves. Pinch those elbows and forearms towards one another. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Go ahead and release your grip. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Step or jump back and lower down. All the way or to a hover. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. And exhale back to downward dog. Take an inhale. Exhale, prepare. And then inhale, come forward to the top of your mat and lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Take it back and lower. Inhale, up. And exhale to downward dog. Take an inhale. Exhale, prepare. Inhale, come forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come back up to standing. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Take it back and lower. Inhale. Exhale. Take an inhale. Exhale, prepare. Inhale, forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Into chair, sink your hips and inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take it back and lower. Inhale up. And exhale back, turning the left foot. And then inhale your right foot forward up to warrior one. Exhale, plant your hands, step back and lower. Inhale up and exhale back. Turning the right foot, then inhale, left foot forward, warrior one. Exhale, plant your hands, step back and lower. Inhale up, exhale back. Take an inhale. Exhale, prepare. Inhale, come forward. Lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sink your hips, reach your arms up. Coming into chair. Exhale your hands to heart center. Take an inhale. And then exhale, twist. Making sure you keep your belly engaged. Pull the left knee back in line with the right. You can keep your palms together or maybe open your arms. If arms are open, bring hands back to heart center. We'll inhale back to the front of our mat, lengthen, and then exhale, twist the other side. Making sure right knee now is back in line with the left. Opening the arms if you did that on the other side. Keeping hips low. If arms are separated, bring hands back together. Inhale back to center and exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Take it back and lower down. Inhaling up and exhaling back to downward dog. Take a big inhale through your nose. Big exhale through your mouth. One more. Big inhale. Plant your left foot and inhale the right foot forward between your hands. Come up to warrior one. We're going to hold it here. Let's make sure your heels are in the same line. Coming down nice and low in your hips, but chest is lifted. You're reaching the arms up, maybe looking up. Take an inhale. Exhale, open out to warrior two. Maybe coming down a little lower. You can look down and make sure you can see your big toe on the inside of that right knee, telling you that you're not allowing your knee to track inward. Feeling the stretch in your hips. You're going to inhale, reverse. And then exhale, windmill the hands down, step back to take a flow or meet in downward dog. You can make it harder if you want by keeping that right leg lifted as you lower. Big inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. One more just like that. Big inhale. We're going to plant the right foot and inhale the left foot forward, coming up to that warrior one. Push down into that back foot. Roll the outer edge of that back foot down towards your mat. Engage that back leg. Inhale. Exhale, open out to warrior two. Again, making sure you can see the big toe on the inside of your knee. Reaching your arms in opposite directions. Back leg is very engaged. Try to even out the weight in the feet. You're going to inhale, reverse. And then exhale, windmill the hands down, step it back. Maybe leaving that left foot lifted if you took that option on the other side. Let's walk our hands back to meet our feet. Take your big toes with your two peace fingers. Take an inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Let your head hang. Slide your shoulders away from your ears, pinching the elbows in towards the legs. Belly engaged to release the low back, quads engaged to release the hamstrings. Sticking with your breath. We'll go ahead and inhale halfway up, releasing your grip, and heel toe your feet back together. With a soft bend in the knees, let's inhale our arms up, come up to standing. Exhale your right arm under the left for eagle arms, crossing elbows, wrists, palms touch, thumbs towards you, or just grab opposite shoulders. Sink your hips and bring your right leg up and over. Crossing the legs tight, crossing the arms tight, pull the elbows down, broaden the chest. One day, fingertips are in line with one another, and those fingertips are just below your nose. So really try to make yourself as compact as possible. Squeeze everything tight. Couple last breaths here. Keep your upper body back. And on the inhale, we'll release. Exhale, left arm swings under. Sink the hips low. Bring your left leg up and over as high up as you can. It'll help get those legs twisted even more. One day having your foot hooked behind your standing leg. Pulling the elbows down, broaden the chest. Really drive down through that right foot. Squeeze the legs tight. Last couple breaths. Inhale to release. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, walk your hands out to plank and hold. So push into the mat with everything that's connected to the mat. Belly is tight. If you need to take this from your knees, you can. And then we'll plant our right hand open to the left side of your mat like a side plank. You're going to inhale into that side plank. Exhale, dip your hips as you bring your left arm to your side. Inhale, lift the hips, bring your left arm to the side of your head, reaching towards the front of your mat. And then exhale, left hand will plant. Inhale, open to the right. Exhale, dip your hips, arm comes to your side. Inhale, hips go back up, reach the right arm up. And exhale, plant your right hand back into the plank. Hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push back to downward dog. Take an inhale. Exhale, walk your hands back to meet your feet again. Heel toe the feet together. And then slight bend in the knees. Inhale, circle, sweep up the arms, come up to standing. Exhale, arms to your side. We're going to take tree. Just bring your right foot to the inside of that left leg. We're going to be moving out of tree. So don't bring that leg to half lotus if you normally do. Just bring the foot to the inside of the leg. And we're going to inhale our arms up. Once you feel balanced, interlace your fingers and release the index fingers. Feel yourself lengthening as you reach through the arms, rooting down through that left foot. Taking an inhale. And then exhale, we're going to come into balancing stick, bringing the right leg straight back behind you. Keep your arms glued to your head. Reach in opposite directions here with the body. Keep that right hip rolled down. Then we're going to slowly open our arms out and rotate. Left fingertips come down to the mat. Right arm reaches up. Maybe lifting the left fingertips off of the mat. Really trying to roll the right hip on top of the left, right shoulder on top of the left. Roll those right ribs back. And then we'll bring right hand down. Scissor the thighs together and reach that left arm up. Keep your belly tight. Keep both legs really engaged. And then we'll bring both hands down to the mat and step the right foot down to meet the left. Pedal out the heels a little bit and then fold forward. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale, circle, sweep up the arms. You can go right into interlacing the fingers, releasing the index fingers, and bringing the left foot then to the inside of that right leg. Really reaching up, lifting the chest, pulling the belly in, rooting down into the right foot. That right leg is active and engaged. And then we'll come forward into our balancing stick, getting that heart rate up. Keep your left hip bumped down in line with the right. Hips are squared up, belly's tight to help with balance. And then we'll bring our arms out, bringing right fingertips down towards the mat. And maybe you're able to lift them. Stay strong here. And then we'll rotate, left fingertips come down. Scissoring the thighs together, reach the right arm up, create that twist. And then we'll bring both hands down to the mat and step the left foot to meet the right, pedaling out the heels again if you'd like, and then fold forward. Go ahead and inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, walk yourself out to plank. We'll hold here. If you need to take it from your knees, take it from your knees. And we're going to come down onto forearms and hold. So push into your forearms, into your elbows. Shoulders are protracted, belly is tight, whole core is fired up. Come back up to high plank. Back down to low plank. Back to high. You can always stay where you're at with one or the other if you need to modify. We're going to come down one more time on forearms. And then up one more time on hands. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your knees, come back into child's pose. Take a few rounds of breath here. All right, push into your hands, tuck your toes, and we'll meet back in downward dog. Take an inhale. On your exhale, we're walking our hands back to meet our feet again. Heel toe the feet together and fold. And then inhale, circle sweep up the arms. Standing bow, right elbow is going to come down to that right hip. Root down through the left foot, reach back for the inside of your right ankle. Soft part of your elbow is facing out, so you have a nice outward rotation of your arm. Inhale, lengthen, palm facing forward. Exhale, kick. Just kick. Focus on separating your heel away from your body. And then feeling into how much the torso needs to come down to counterbalance that kick behind you. If you're kicking pretty high, then the torso is going to face the mat. Palm will face the mat, chin towards your shoulder. Last couple breaths. Maybe a bigger kick, more of a reach. See how much more you have in you. And then release. Take a breath here. Then we'll inhale our arms up again. Exhale, left elbow to the left hip, reaching back for that grip on the inside of your left ankle. All 5 fingers glued together. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, kick. Big kick to start this off. Let that kick guide your upper body. Last couple breaths. And release. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, walk your hands out and lower. Inhale up. And exhale back to downward dog. Inhale your right foot forward, plant the back foot, come up to warrior 2. We're going to straighten the front leg for extended triangle. So reach for the front of your mat, rotate your arms, and come down into it. You want your torso in line with that front leg, so make sure your grip isn't too low on that front leg. Fingertips pressed into your shin or your ankle to help you feel a sense of lifting on the left side of the body, keeping the spine nice and long. Maybe you're able to come down and grab your big toe with your 2 peace fingers. Push down into that left heel. Feel the stretch. Inhale back into your warrior 2. Setting up for regular triangle. Flip your palms and rotate your arms. Maybe a little pressure from your right arm into that right knee. Feel more of a stretch in that right hip. Keep the left leg active and engaged. Push down into that left foot. Inhale, back up to your warrior 2. And then we're going to push into the front foot, turn those right toes in, setting up for a wide leg stretch. Let's take a clasp with our hands behind us for the first one. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, hinge forward. Long spine all the way down, toes slightly pointed inward. When you can't fold anymore, lift your arms away from your body. Rock the weight forward in your feet. Slowly inhale yourself back up. And arms out, parallel to your mat. Rotate your left toes towards the back of your mat. Bend into that knee. Just setting up here in a nice warrior 2, making sure your heels are still aligned. And then push into that front foot, straighten the leg. Reach for the back of your mat. Rotate your arms when you can't reach anymore. Coming into that extended triangle. Keep the legs active. Maybe even a micro bend in that back knee will help engage your quad. Push down into that right heel. Inhale, back up and into your warrior two, setting up for regular triangle. Flip your palms, rotate your arms, coming down into it. Slight engagement in your right glute, maybe drawing the heels energetically towards one another, activating the inner thighs, feeling more stability here in the posture. Reaching in opposite directions and staying connected to your breath. Inhale, back up. Turn your left toes in. Second set of a wide leg stretch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward, taking whatever grip you like. If you want to grab the big toes with the two peace fingers or behind the heels, or maybe modifying with grabbing the ankles or the calves, then with that grip, inhale, long spine, lengthen, and then exhale, fold. Again, weight rocked forward in the feet. With your grip, you feel a little more stable. You're usually able to go a little deeper with your forward fold when you have a grip. Maybe work with your breath. Inhale, halfway up, just looking forward. Pausing here for an exhale and to bring your hands to your hips. And then inhale all the way up to standing. And then we'll step forward to the front of our mat. Mountain posture, take a breath. Let's take a flow. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Take it back and down. Inhaling up. Exhaling back. We'll shift forward to high plank. You're welcome to take it from your knees if you need to. Hold here. If you want to make it more challenging, you can bring your right hand to tap the left shoulder and bring it down. Left hand to tap the right shoulder and bring it down. Again, tap, down, tap, down. One more time on each side. Hold here. If you want more challenge, lift your right foot for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left foot, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Come down into child's pose. Go ahead and shift forward onto your belly, and we'll do a little bit of spinal strengthening. So we've done quite a bit of cobra or upward dog already, so we will go right into half locust. So chin to the mat and roll your arms underneath your body. Palms touch the mat. Try to get the pinkies to touch under you. Relax your left leg and inhale the right leg. Lifts, straighten it out, reach it back behind you. Make sure you can feel both hip bones down on your wrists or forearms. You're not using the left leg to push into the mat to lift the right, and you're not rolling your right hip on top of the left to lift the leg. Pulse for 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, shake it out, relax it. It's not working anymore. Inhale, the left leg lifts, pointing the toes, reaching the leg back as you lift it. And pulse for 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. You can bring your face down like you're kissing your mat. Work your fingertips a little closer to your knees. So you try to press your shoulders and chest down firmly into the mat. Exhale. Inhale both legs at the same time. And slowly release with control. Bring your arms out from under you and right ear to the mat. Wiggle your fingers. Take a couple resting breaths here. Maybe feel your heart beating against your mat. And then when you're ready, chin to the mat for full locust. We'll bring our arms out like airplane wings. Legs together. We're going to lift everything up. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Keep those legs straight. Keep them together. Lift the chest and shoulders. Lift those legs. Looking up slightly. And release. Left ear to the mat. Second set, chin to the mat. Arms out. Exhale. Inhale, lift. And release, right ear to the mat. Chin to the mat. One set of floor bow. So bend your knees, reach back for the outside of your feet, just below your toes. Work the knees back towards one another. Exhale, push your hip bones down. Then inhale, kick into your grip. And then rock forward onto the soft part of your belly. Look up. Remember, the head is an extension of the spine. Making a nice U shape with the spine, teardrop shape with the body. And release. Come back into child's pose, lazy child's pose. Bring your knees together. Rest your chest on your thighs. Arms come to either side of you here. Forehead to the mat. Creating more of a rounding in the spine here in this version of child's pose. Go ahead and come up to a seat on your mat. Here's your core work, Corey. He just grunted. All right, so we're going to come into a boat. Holding behind the legs. Chest lifted. If you feel like you can hold that position with the spine, belly tight, you can bring your arms out. We're going to interlace our fingers if you're able to release from behind the legs. Interlace your fingers, hands there at the chest. You're going to extend the left leg long as you come back and tap your right elbow, or at least come towards the mat. It doesn't matter if your elbow touches the mat. And then right leg extends, left elbow down, coming into that twist. And then back up and switch. And back up, switch. Again. Moving with as much control as you can. You'll get deeper into those muscles as you move with control. When you extend the leg, really reach it forward as you come down. Reach forward. Let's see, do one more on each side now. And then hug it in. All right. Let's do some Burly Mermaids, because I know that makes people happy. They like these. All right. Right elbow to the mat. It's your shoulders stacked right over your elbow. Forearm is parallel to the back of your mat, and you're going to bring your feet to that top right-hand corner of your mat. And you're back on your right glute. You're not on that hip bone. The modification is to bend your knees as you do this. Left hand will come behind your head, and you're lifting the legs, coming into a twist as you tap the left elbow to the right knee. And then back down, stretch it out, and in. Tap for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, last one, 8. And then we'll switch to the other side. So left shoulder over that left arm. Feet are to the top left-hand corner of your mat, and you're back on that glute. Right hand behind you. Stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Tapping right elbow to the left knee now. And back out. 7, 6, 4. Sorry, I can't count. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and lay down and stretch it out. Reach your arms up, point your toes, and stretch. Take 3 deep breaths here. All right. We're set up for a transitional sit-up here. So go ahead and flex your feet now. You're going to inhale to lengthen up, and then double exhale to fold forward and reach for your toes. So go ahead and inhale, lengthen up. Little forward fold here. Take a few breaths in your forward fold. And then we'll go ahead and sit up. We're going to come into pigeon. So if you need to do that through downward dog, you can, or you can just set up from here, rolling over on your right hip and setting up that right leg will bend in front of you and bring your left leg straight back behind you. And you want the toes pointed straight back rather than sickling that foot. So you feel more of a stretch in your hip flexors here on the left side. And we're going to stay up first. We will fold over, but this was originally meant to build strength in the hips. So if you're able to not support yourself and just use your hips, your low back to hold here, you can do that. You can clasp the hands behind you even and take a back bend. Because eventually this is supposed to become king pigeon when you're grabbing your foot behind you and grabbing with both hands. So it's difficult to ever make that progress if the minute we come into this, we just fold forward. We do that because we're tight in the hips and it feels better to do it that way. So you can stay here if you want to work on the strength in your hips, or if you'd like to take that stretch, you're welcome to come forward onto your elbows, maybe resting your head on your mat or stacking 2 fists for your forehead. Just keep in mind that sometimes having tightness in the hips isn't necessarily a sign that we need to stretch the hips, but rather that we need. We'll take a couple more breaths here. And then use your hands to work yourself back up. Swing your left leg forward. So we'll take a forward fold here with just the left leg extended. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, reach for that foot. Grab the foot. So if you need to bend your knee to grab the foot. And we'll tuck our chin, Make a forehead to knee connection. 3 breaths here. And then we'll inhale up and come into pigeon on the other side. So again, if you need to come through downward dog, if you like to do it that way, you can, or you can just bend that front leg and send the right leg back behind you. Make sure that right foot is pointed straight back behind you. Sit up nice and tall. Maybe notice the difference and how this feels compared to the other side. See if you can't stay here maybe without using hands. If you need to use your hands, that's okay. Just try to maybe lighten the support as you go. If you took that option to interlace the fingers behind you and take a back bend, pull back on the arms, you can do that again here. And then we'll go ahead and come forward if you did on the other side. Coming into more of a stretch now. Relax your neck and shoulders. So give your head some support if you need to. Breathe into any tension you're experiencing there in the left hip or in that left leg. Try to release. Try to relax. Try to surrender. One more breath. And use your hands to work yourself back up to a seat. Shifting to that left hip, swing your right leg forward. And we'll come into our stretch. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, reach for that foot. So bend the knee if you need to. Grab the foot, forehead to knee connection. 3 breaths. And we'll inhale up. Both legs extend out in front of you. Lay down on your back. And take a quick reclined twist before Shavasana. So bring your right knee in, interlacing all 10 fingers around that knee, pulling it towards your shoulder, and then take your left hand and guide that leg across the body. Right arm extends off to the side, looking towards your right thumb. One more breath. Go ahead, bring that knee back in for a squeeze. And then release it to the mat, bringing the left knee in. Pull it in towards the left shoulder. And then take your right hand, guide it across the body. Come into your twist. Gaze towards that left thumb now. One more breath. And then we'll bring that knee in. Squeeze it towards the shoulder and then release it down to the mat. Finding your final Shavasana here. Settle down into your mat, relaxing completely. Just feel yourself melt down into the mat. Maybe taking one last breath to let go of any tension, any last thoughts in your head. Soften yourself.